Here is question number 11, and with this we'll review how to find the vertex or maximum or minimum value given function in standard form. The question here is, determine the maximum minimum value and for what value of x it occurs by the method indicated. Leave the numbers in rational form. So we have two equations both in standard form, and we need to use different methods. One is completing the squares method, the other one is factoring, right? So it's kind of a practice for you. Now here factoring, let's do that first. We've got y equals to 5x squared plus 9x minus 2. So we are looking for two numbers whose product p times q should be minus 10 and whose sum p plus q should be equals to plus 9. So the two numbers are 10 and 1, correct? And they are opposite sign because we need minus here, right? And when you add them, you need positive, therefore bigger number is positive. So we can factor this by splitting or decomposing the center number 9x in 10 and 1. So you get plus 10x minus x, which is 9x minus 2. Now we can combine these two terms and the other two. So we have 5x common from the first two terms. We get x plus 2. Now here we can take minus 1 common, so we get x plus 2. And now we know x plus 2 is common. And 5x minus 1 is the other factor. So that is how we can factor this. After factoring, we need to find maximum or minimum. How will you do that? Now that is at axis of symmetry. And axis of symmetry is midway between the two factors. So the factors are minus 5 and 1 over 5, correct? So those are the two factors. So we have to find midpoint between the two. Since we have to work in rational functions, we should not write 1 over 5 as 0.2, correct? So we have here x-intercepts which are at minus 5 and 1 over 5. These are the two zeros, correct? So these are the zeros or x-intercepts, right? Midway between them is axis of symmetry. So let's find axis of symmetry for the parabola. It is x equals to average of these two. That means minus 5 plus 1 over 5 over 2, right? That gives us a value which is 5 times 5 is 25. Minus 25 plus 1 gives us minus 24 divided by, this comes in the denominator, 10, right? Which can be simplified as minus 12 over 5 dividing by 2. So that is the x value. And to find the y value or the maximum or minimum, well, in this particular case, since the leading coefficient is positive, therefore parabola is going to open up. Since it opens upwards like this, we have a minimum value. So we are looking for minimum value, right? So let's find what minimum value is. Minimum value is for the function at x equals to minus 12 over 5. So let's find that y value. So y equals to 5 times minus 12 over 5 whole square plus 9 times minus 12 over 5 minus 2, right? Now you need to calculate this out to get your answer, right? So I think you can do this calculation and write down your answer. So minus 12, so 5 and 5. First you do 5 square, which is 25. So 25 divided by 5 will give you 5 in the denominator, right? So here it will be 144, which is 12 square divided by 5, right? Now plus times minus will be negative, and you can multiply 9 with 12, which gives you 9 times 2, 18, and 108, right? Over 5 minus 2. Now you can take 5 common denominator, and you have 104 minus 108, and 5 times 2 is 10 minus 10, correct? So 104 minus 108 will give you minus 4, and minus 4 minus 10 is minus 14. So we get minus 14 over 5 here, correct? So your value is minus 14 over 5. So you can write down the vertex, and that is the x value is the midway between the two, which is minus 12 over 5. So we'll write here minus 12 over 5 as the x value and the y value is minus 14 over 5. So that is how you can calculate the vertex using factored form. Now for completing the squares, we need to factor out minus 3. So we get y equals to minus 3. Put a square bracket, x square minus, because we took minus outside, 2x minus 10. Now we will do half of this, right? Half of this is 1. So add 1 square and minus 1 square, that is 1 and 1. Now this makes the first three terms as a perfect square. We get x minus sign from here, 1 from there, whole square. Minus 1 minus 10. Now open the bracket and write it in vertex form. Minus 3 times minus 1 is plus 3 minus 10, which is minus 3 times x minus 1 whole square minus 7. Now this parabola is actually with leading coefficient negative. So this parabola will be opening downwards. Now in this case, the vertex, as you can see, is at 1 and the value is minus 7. So that is what you get in this particular case. So here we have a maximum value because it opens downwards, and the maximum value is of minus 7. So that is how we can do these questions. Thank you.